All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Um, this is quite a big stream tonight. We're gonna wait on our guest. We got Duncan Die. What time is it? I'm gonna check my phone here. Let me. So we're about 3 minutes late. So that's my bad. I was just trying to get everything set up. Duncan is going to be here soon. He's going to be a guest here, but only for a short amount of time because he's got something to do. Real quick, let me do the YouTube thing, and I hope you guys like the intro. Same one as always. It's J Sports. I'm your host, Jason Alamio. Welcome to the stream. I know not to check the chat much because no one's really going to be viewing anything. But make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Press that post notification bell so you never miss another one of these videos. It's going to be a big stream tonight, so I thought I would lay it out for you. The first thing we're absolutely going to discuss, hopefully with Duncan, if maybe he can join, unless something happened last minute. But if he can join, and even if he can't, we will be talking the MLB Lockout, giving an update on that. Rob Manfred is a dummy. We'll be talking about that. And then we'll be discussing the Golden Knights. We've got Markstone injured. We've got Robin Lehner, the Panda, injured. Logan Thompson has been called up from the AHL, pretty much one of their main goalies. He signed for a few more years. We've got Jack Eichel coming back tomorrow. And by the way, I gotta go put on I have a jersey, so it doesn't matter. Shirt. And then we also have a reunion with Marc Andre Fleury. There's no way. And then we got the doping controversy to talk about with Kamila Valieva. Kamila Valieva is a Russian 15-year-old Russian Olympian, who is absolutely phenomenally incredible, except for the fact that a drug for the heart was found in her system. We're going to go over all that controversy and much more. I think there's going to be so much, and that's my Mac talking. I'm sorry. We are live, by the way, so excuse that. We're going to be talking about that and so much more, hopefully. We're also going to be talking, just how the Knights have done as of late. I know I haven't done a review per games, like with the Edmonton Oilers and with the Calgary Flames, but I'm just going to go over everything. Let me text Duncan. And, let me see if he's on the stream, actually. And, by the way, if you hear talking in the background, I've got family home. So, there you go. Let me just see if I see Duncan. All right, so I don't see Duncan so far, so let me text him. Hey, man, we're live. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm texting Oscar as well, just because I don't know if Duncan's gonna be able to come on. He hasn't said anything. Okay, so Duncan is backstage, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go add Duncan. All right, here we go. All right, we got Duncan. What up, Duncan?
What's up, bro? My
What's
bad.
up, bros?
I was trying to let you know I was backstage, but
Oh man, you got it, man. You got it, man. We got you. We're good. I explained what we're gonna talk about. We got a lot of Dodgers things to talk about. I know Duncan is pressed for time, ladies and gentlemen. You got what, 30 minutes, I think, or maybe less now.
yeah, I could talk about the lockout for a little bit. And
Okay,
I know
okay.
there's been updates
Yeah.
in terms of what's going on.
Yeah, so real quick, let me do the introductions out of the way. I did my intro, as you can tell on the screen. I don't know if you can see, I had the video and I played it. By the way, my camera's on. You got me?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Duncan is from Franchise Sports Media. He talks about the Lakers. They cover everything going on in Las Vegas, but Duncan, I guess, is the exception. He gets to talk about the struggling LA Lakers. One of the last games I saw was they had lost even with LeBron's 30 points. So
yeah, and that happens pretty often.
Yeah.
LeBron will put up high scoring numbers, and then the rest of the team, Russell Westbrook, Malik Monk hasn't been playing too well the past couple of games, but
yeah.
he really needs to get picked up by the rest of the team if they want any chance.
Yeah, and let me see. Hold on, Oscar's texting. All right, so we're good there. Westbrook was benched against the Knicks, right?
Yeah, They said he was dealing with some sort of injury, but
Yeah.
I think it was just to give him some time. Plus, there was talk about him getting traded at the deadline.
Yeah.
I actually had a proposed deal from the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
To give him John Wall and I think John Wall for Russ, and then a first round draft pick in 2027. But
2027.
yeah,
Oh my God, that's so far away. It seems like it. It's 5 years away.
that's usually what they do though, because it doesn't make much sense to be talking about draft picks 2 years from now, because you don't know what the position is going to be by then. But yeah, they decided not to do the trade though, because they want that draft pick and they're thinking about the future. But in thinking about this season, yeah, it's not looking good.
No, and I mean, it's just a shame to see them, be where they are right now after 2020 and all of that, and yeah. So if you guys want to read all about the Lakers, and you guys want to see all about that, and unfortunately, they cover the Raiders. You guys need to fix that. They cover the Aviators. I'm sure they'll cover the Nighthawks. I think you guys cover the Lights from what I saw.
Yeah, we do.
One covers the Golden Knights. What was it? DJ Brooks, I think you said?
DJ Woods is his name.
DJ Woods. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's one of the interns. There's a bunch of interns that are assigned to each team. Like, I've been assigned to the Lakers the past couple weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
I've caught some. They have had some good games that I've covered where they won these past couple of weeks. But yeah, it's mainly been just tough losses.
Oh man, I know about tough losses. So do the Bengals, but make sure to check out Franchise Sports Media on the link above. In the description, the first link is their actual homepage. You can see Duncan's cover photo looking all good and sharp, and then DJ Woods and all those other guys and gals covering everything for Franchise Sports Media. And make sure you follow them on Instagram. Tag them in photos or whatever. Want to comment on games. They post all their articles there. For now, what was that?
The head of our company, he does podcasts. They do podcasts, and that can also be found. They do some good work. They get some good guests and stuff. Like people in the Rams front office, they were at the Super Bowl this whole week pretty much in LA, trying to get content out and stuff. But yeah, you could also find that on their website and social media.
That's all right. Well, make sure you find their podcast. What's the name in case they want to go and check on Apple or iHeartRadio or wherever?
I think it's called the TQ podcast, and then it's Joe Arrigo is one guy on it, and then the other guy's name is TQ. And
okay,
if you have trouble finding it though, like if you just try to search up what I just said, just go to our website and it'll be there.
It's right there and on the social media. So make sure you guys check that out. If I could test it out on Alexa, but we got a show to do, and you got time. You gotta go. So, but yeah, check out their podcast, check out their articles, any videos, anything they put out. Make sure you like their Instagram, follow them, chat with them, all of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got my Pepsi ready to go. I think I'm gonna need more, way more. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the MLB Lockout. The MLB Lockout is still continuing. It is day 76. Yesterday was day 75, and last week, I had seen a video from Dodger Blue or Dodger Heads, and it was basically saying that the owners are willing to say, screw it, we will forego regular season games if we have to. And then the press conference came out, or actually there was more drama because the MLBPA basically said, well, the MLB told us that after we made our proposal, because they made their proposal, they would come back with theirs and we would talk and all of that. Well, the MLB did not do that right away. In fact, it was very suspect because they waited 47 something days, 47 and some odd days to respond. And then instead of responding to the players, the MLB decided to get a federal mediator, a third-party mediator. Now, just a bit of history. In the 1990s, the 1994 season, they forgo the World Series because, I hope I used the right word, because of obviously a lockout. They got a mediator and they smoked the players. They just decimated them. So the players said they wouldn't play the World Series or the start of the 1995 season. So, when you look at the books, there's no champion in 1994. In 1995, they delayed spring training. They didn't even do it. And then they delayed the start of the season. So this doesn't look so good. And then Rob Manfred's dumb self came out talking like he normally does, saying nothing like Roger Goodell did. They must be friends. My God. And they... basically, he just said nothing. That they're going to have, hopefully, progress, and they want to start the season. So, Duncan, let me get your thoughts on all of this.
Well, yeah, when you look at past examples in the season, seasons in past have been shut down early and stuff, and there's been strikes and stuff. So I don't think it looks good either. Spring training is definitely not going to happen because pitchers and catchers were supposed to report the other day, I think yesterday. And obviously that didn't happen yet because the lockout's still going.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I know that a big thing that they're talking about is when minor leaguers get called up for spring training, that's their promotion. So they play that whole month in spring training with the MLB club. But they don't pay them. They don't get paid. And minor leaguers and the PA want minor league players to get paid for those games that they do for spring training on the big league club. But the owners don't want to pay them for that. They essentially just want them to play for free in March. So that's a big argument going on.
Yeah, and just to comment on that, the pitchers and catchers, they're just not going to report if they're standing by each other, and pretty much just that. And also, if we're going to talk about, the owners not wanting to pay the minor leaguers, you have to pay them. That'd be like you working at the office. Maybe you're like a manager or something. and you get called up to be with the executives and go to conferences and do work for them for a couple months, and then they say, well, we don't want to pay you. Well, obviously you're not you're right, because these players, when they do that, when they go from the minors to the big leagues for a month, they're not getting paid that minor league salary, right? They're not getting paid. They're essentially saying, I'm going to forgo my salary just to have a chance at maybe, perhaps, maybe not getting a chance at being an official big leaguer, right? So that'd be like me taking your salary away and saying, go work for the bigwigs for like a month. You will, right? So, I mean, these billionaires, they make a lot of money, but they're very, very cheap.
Yeah, and it's funny because that moderator you brought up, you know what the MLB paid him? I think they were paying him $700 to $800 an hour just to, just to handle that situation for him. And I think it's kind of ironic because obviously there is no money issues with the owners. They have money, so if the resolve is to pay these players, it really shouldn't be a question. But greed plays into it a lot. So.
Well, the MLB is paying, so that's probably where the difference is, where the owners themselves are not paying, but the MLB is. Now, they're
all wealthy, and money isn't an issue for any of them.
No, it's not an issue, but they want to hoard it. That's, they complain that we don't want to pay our fair share of taxes, but we're going to pay you hundreds of millions of dollars a year, the same we would pay in taxes or more on lobbyists, right? I know I'm getting political, but it's also... Do the owners contribute a fee to the MLB every year? How does that work? Or does the MLB make its own money and not rely on the owners?
Well, no, they don't rely on the owners. Other owners rely on other owners, though, because there is revenue sharing.
Yeah, we discussed that, yeah.
So the owners of a smaller market team do rely on owners of, like, when Magic Johnson was the owner of the Dodgers, around the 2013 years, like he immediately took control over, a large amount of funds. So he had all these other teams, like these smaller market teams, relying on him for the revenue sharing. It's just funny, but that's how it is, though, because there's a lot of teams at a disadvantage, like Oakland.
Yeah, it's like, and as we discussed last week, people are gonna say, the team owners are gonna say, well, I'd love to go for, I don't know, Clayton Kershaw guys, but I don't have the freaking money to pay him $50 million a year, right? Like, I'd love to go for Corey Seager, I'd love to go for Max Scherzer or something, but I can't pay him, right? And so a lot of these guys are in groups, like our Dodgers are owned by Magic Johnson, Billie Jean King, Mark Walters, all these guys. So they're all going to stand by each other. They're not going to want to lose out on money. What do you think of them willing, all these owners, all 32? It's not 32 individual owners. It's 32, some individual, but some not. As I fix my mic, what do you think of them willing to say, hey, you know what? Screw it. We'll forego the start of the season. Go ahead.
It could be a bluff, but it's happened before. But it could be that everyone's anticipating that the owners are going to cave towards the start of the regular season and just accept whatever offer the PA has at the moment. But I think the owners are trying to send a message and say that we're serious about what we're saying here, and this isn't just some lollygagging negotiation. Like, this is this is the real thing. We want what we want, and we're not able to accept their offer at the time. So, I think it's a form of bluffing, but it could just be, the real deal.
So you don't think that the owners are willing to lose big money at the start of the season?
I think they'd be willing to take a hit for a month or two.
But you don't see it going into May? May or June?
Hard to say now, but I'm good at predicting NFL playoff games, but when it comes to this, when it comes to there's no.
I think they'd be willing to do it. I think so, because they're money hungry. They got all the money in the world. Even the small time owners have billions of dollars. It's insane. It's crazy, and they're hoarding big time. So I mean, what do you and I mean, Rob Manfred did say, well, we want. He pretty much said spring training is going to be delayed. We want it to start on time. Is he just kind of just coming out here trying to make it seem like the MLB is trying to work with the players? Because that's, to me, it seems like he's trying to make it seem publicly like, oh, we're trying to work with the players, but really he's just like, dude, I work for these guys, the owners. Like, is he just lying his ass off?
Hold on.
Sure.
Say that again.
So to me, it seems like Rob Manfred is coming out publicly saying, yeah, totally, we're working with the players and we understand their stances. But is he just lying his butt off? Because it seems like he's just working for, of course he works for the owners, but that he doesn't give a rat's ass what the players want.
See, Manfred and lying have been in the same sentence many times since he's taken that job. But I don't think he personally cares about the players. I think, there's a reason why they all hate him. They all know him. They meet him all the time, and they still hate him. So obviously, he doesn't give a shit about the players.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of Manfred because, of how he handled the Astros situation with the whole, cheating. Definitely about the cheating, and didn't,
as we discussed last week, I think. Yeah,
we talked about it last time I was on here, and this is just a past example, but he straight up lied to the baseball community for a few seasons about that when a lot of people knew.
They knew it was going on. They knew it was going on, and
so I don't trust him at all. Actually,
I don't either. I don't, and so it rhymed. I don't know if you saw Roger Goodell's in football's press conference. Oscar and I on his stream, basically said, he said a bunch of nothing. He sounded so scripted. He couldn't even answer a 10-year-old's question. And there's nothing gonna change. Nothing's gonna change in the NFL. Nothing's gonna change in the MLB. So I think the players are gonna win this. Who do you think's gonna win? Because I do have a few bullpen questions for you for the Dodgers.
Who I think's gonna win this?
Yeah, I think the players got it.
I think the players will get it, but it'll cost them some of the season.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, like I made the example of striking workers. You're going to miss out on a few paychecks. But if you ask for a raise, whatever.
I look at a guy like Mike Trout and how much time he's had taken from his career when he's on pace to break a bunch of records career-wise, but injuries have plagued him for many seasons since 2015. And then, of course, in 2020, he only had 60 games to work with. All injured all last year, and now this season, he's not going to get to play right away. So it's like a guy like Mike Trout trying to break, a career home run record is getting a lot of time taken out.
Yeah, and I mean, just the fact that and again, a lot of these players who need rehab too. I mean, especially Mike Trout, he's trying to get his records up, but Dustin May is trying to get his arm ready again. Clayton Kershaw is trying to get his elbow ready again. Max Scherzer is trying to practice not having a dead arm. I've never heard of that. I've heard, hey, I'm tired. So let me ask you, we got a few things for the Dodgers going on. Your Trevor Bauer thoughts?
I like
they know.
You saw his response video, right?
I did. I should cover that.
I like how because I just know that he wanted to do that video for a very long time. I feel like he's anticipated making that video for a very long time. But, he finally got his chance to tell his story, and he was pretty specific, and he didn't perspire or seem nervous when he was talking about it. So he didn't seem like he was lying at all. And from what he said, I do think that she should face charges. for falsely accusing him.
Absolutely.
For taking a season out of his career and he was having a great year.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he was having
his ERA was incredible. His FIP was incredible. His WAR was incredible. I mean, his
playing to the signature of his contract for sure.
Absolutely, $102 million. They still owe him $64 million.
Yeah, and then Jason, who was it that it was a Dodger legend, but he went to Trevor Bauer. Or this is when people didn't know he was innocent. But it's like innocent. You got to be innocent until proven guilty. That's the that's the law. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And this whole thing where and I forgot who the Dodger legend was. You know, especially the players who went after him. You know, it's just incredible. They did it for PR. They did because of their wives. I make this statement all the time. Their wives were probably telling them, you're going to say this, you're going to say that. I would tell my wife, I'm going to say what I believe, and you want to divorce me for that. That's fine. I got good lawyers, right? So, you know.
No doubt.
So, look, his chances of staying in the MLB have skyrocketed. And I went over this I think you saw my video, right? I don't remember if I sent it to you.
I think, your last one
Bauer.
I watched like the first few minutes.
Yeah. So which was mainly celebration. But I went over in that video, if they suspend him for any amount of time, he's gonna say, "Well, I get credit because I missed 81 games. So if you suspend me for 20, well, I served 20. And also, if you suspend me for a year, great, I'll be back for All-Star."
Yeah, and a big
right
question
after
that's circulating around. People are going, "Hey, do you think Trevor Bauer is going to get signed by a different team or play again?" Of course.
Yeah.
He was innocent. You know, he was having a great season before he went down. A bunch of teams are going to go after Dodgers don't get with him. You know what I mean?
As you said,
Bauer.
Yes, exactly. I mean, there's players that have done worse and have been charged.
Yeah, Chapman. Shooting up his girlfriend's house. She wasn't there, but
thank God.
Jesus, Aroldis, chill.
Yes,
but
that was a scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys. So I mean,
Marcelo Ozuna.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about him.
Domestic
violence. That's proven. Like that did happen. It's not. He was guilty. But again, no matter what, I still think you're innocent until proven guilty, and that dude was proven guilty, beyond guilty.
So in that case, yes, punish him. You know,
do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. But don't.
He still played.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I said it in my video, the Dodgers could bring him on and say, "Look, we'll bring you on, and then we're getting rid of your ass when it's the trade deadline." I could see that happening, and if I was Bauer, I'd take that offer. Problem is,
because think about it, every time somebody gets traded at the deadline, usually they're going to a good team, right? A contending team. Mm-hmm. So if I was Trevor Bauer, I'd be like, all right, let me play out this season with Los Doyers, and then come July 31st, I could find myself on a real World Series contending team and not a choke artist team like the Dodgers.
Exactly. And so now again, will they take his 35? Will they say to a team, "Look, we'll pay you $35 million if you just get him out of here"? At that point, he would have already been paid at least $10-15 million.
Yeah. He's been paid. He's getting paid.
No, I know, but when let's say he plays for the Dodgers until July 31st, he would have already been paid half of his salary, like $20-30 million.
Right.
So they would have said, "Hey, you just pay $5 million. We'll take up the rest of the money just to get him out of here. We need him out of our PR, of our everything."
Yeah.
And
that a lot of times, like the Orioles. Yeah. Do you remember when the Orioles gave us Machado?
Yes.
They paid out the rest of his contract. Because they're get him out of here, basically.
Get him out. So, but again, if they're not willing to buy him out now, I think here's what I think is going to happen, or what I think they're thinking: we'll buy him out when it's less on us. it's technically not going to be less because they're still going to be paying him his weekly due because baseball players get paid weekly.
He is getting paid a lot.
Oh yeah, $1.2 million a week.
Yeah. And to think that, to just think how they handled the situation, it just seems to me like the Dodgers saw an opportunity to go, okay, maybe we can, we can ride this case and not have to pay Trevor Bauer so much money because, man, are we regretting this decision of paying him $40 million a year? And the MLB, like I said, he was at controversy with them about the spider tack and the foreign substance stuff. He was at.
Yep.
There was controversy there right before it happened. So I think Trevor Bauer is just not a very smart guy. I think Trevor Bauer is an idiot, honestly. Like he's getting himself in all these. He's willingly getting himself in all these controversial situations to the point where when something turns around and bites you in the ass, like what happened with this girl,
Lindsay Hill, yeah.
You're at your strongest when you have allies, and he had no allies on the Dodgers.
But here's my.
They didn't like him,
right?
And I could just tell that Justin Turner doesn't like Bauer.
No, he doesn't.
Because Turner's usually a pretty sociable guy, right? Pretty nice to everyone on that team. But with Bauer, it just seemed like an awkward setting. Like,
Turner should be lucky he's even there. He almost lost his freaking job. So Turner should be counting his blessings, first off.
Yeah, I think he has, but he really is the captain of that team. He's proven himself.
Yeah. He is, but here's my thing.
At all.
Yeah.
Greatest to ever do it.
He's an icon for sure, and I'm happy he took that 2-year deal. I think he was asking for too much before. And I think it worked out. Yeah, and I think it was a negotiation tactic. Fine, I'll take 2 years, right? Here's my because you were mentioning that what was the thing before your the allies. So I lose my train of thought sometimes, quite a bit. But the allies, yeah. Look, I mean, you're right about that. At the same time, though, nobody else was speaking out. They were, this is stupid. Trevor Bauer was the only one who went all over the media and said, let me show you how you do a pitch. If you do it like this, the ball goes like this. And then I didn't know about the fact that the MLB takes the balls, puts them in mud, and takes them out. Well, the mud will dry. That's what mud does. And then the balls become ever so sticky, so you can't really grip it well. So he was explaining it quite in detail. Okay, you throw a curveball, you do this, you do this is why, this is rule is dumb, and because this, and that. I say this all the time because one thing you got to know about me, Duncan, is I'm someone that if we go to an organization together, like a training organization, and I know it's disorganized, I'm the Bauer of the group because I'm not gonna do dumb shit, but what I am going to do is speak out and say, this is disorganized, this is wrong, this is because if you don't have a Bauer, everything's just going to be swept under the rug.
Okay,
and
so it's different with you though, because you're not willing to get yourself in these tricky situations like Trevor Bauer is. Like, yes,
sure,
it's good to have a Bauer, like you said, like somebody like that can bring attention. And I'm glad that they, although checking the gloves every inning is kind of stupid in my opinion, but the sticky substances really did expose, certain pitchers. But yeah,
I mean, but you got to do what you got to do, because if they're that ball in the mud, I spoke to some baseball players who are in college, and I spoke to an SU player who's the brother of one of my good friends, and also a couple players here at UNLV, and they told me they're like, well, when you put it in the mud, it dries completely, so it's just like nothing, and it's really hard to grip the ball. So, I mean, okay, you want to talk about the problem? And I think Trevor Bauer pointed this out very well. You got a bunch of idiots in the MLB offices because they don't know. Most of them have never even touched a baseball, ever. They've never even played for a major league or a minor league or a little league team. So They're making these dumbass rules, and they're not even consulting the players. Hey, or if you don't want to consult current players, call up. Who's that? David Hernandez, the guy Boston. Um, call up. No. The guy who made that speech after the Boston bombings at Boston.
Oh,
He's like, this is our. Huh?
David
Ortiz. Yeah. Call him. Call Valenzuela. Call Drysdale. Call Garvey. Or not Garvey, but just call past pitchers and say, okay, guys, what do you think? And let them say, hey, maybe I would do this with the rules. Maybe I would do that. If you are really strict, like call Tim Lincecum, for a former pitcher for the Giants. I don't like the guy, but call him. And because he's retired, and say, what do you guys think? You guys are former players. We will take your opinions. And I mean, that's what would work.
Yeah, definitely. And those guys certainly know a thing or two about pitching. Like Lincecum, like you said, 2 no-hitters and a couple of World Series rings too.
To add to his name, exactly, 2012 and 2014, which was
I mean, it's weird how. Oh, 3. Okay, so no, it's just funny to see how the MLB has evolved, though. It's just
like when they brought replay and
it's turning into those
corporate goons. Yeah, just awful. Before you gotta go, let me ask you, Joe. Let's go, Joe Kelly. Look, his ERA has been so. They got him from the Red Sox. They said, we'll teach him how to pitch. We'll teach him the right move, the right mixes to do. He's been okay, but he's shown that he's been able to go toe-to-toe with these good pitchers. I love Joe Kelly, and he's given us good moments like Mariachi Joe. Why the hell did he wear that jacket to the Oval Office, to the White House? I don't understand. But that's what makes Joe Kelly Joe Kelly. He adds personality to the bullpen, to the bullpen and to the mound, and you need that. And look, his record in 2021 was better than 2020 and better than in 2019. Because when he came, he was just not great, and even in 2020, people were like, eh. And I loved him in 2020 because of how he taunted the Astros. 2021 was his better year, but it still wasn't. So what's your thought? Do Dodgers bring him back or do they not?
I think they do. I think they'll bring him back.
Okay.
He's not. I mean, he's just a role player. Like, you know what I mean? Like he gets a couple innings in, maybe 1 inning every so often, but he always makes those innings count, and he always makes his appearances count. He was god awful when we first got him.
Oh yeah.
That first year he was god awful. In fact, gave up the grand slam to Howie Kendrick. That was a deal for us that year.
Mm-hmm.
But he turned it around in 2020, helped us win a World Series, and then he did well in both the regular season and playoffs this year.
I think he did better in the regular season than in the playoffs. And I mean, look, and you have to take into consideration Bauer's out, May is out, Kershaw's out. You only have Urias, Mexicans, I can say it, Bueller, and Scherzer. Yeah, you're going to get worn out. Huh?
We don't have Scherzer anymore.
Well, no, I'm saying at that in 2021, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about that.
No. As my microphone hits me. No, but again, you have those players, but you're going to get tired, especially with May and Kershaw and Bauer out. So now there's a thing where they say, look, if Kelly stays, Jansen goes. If Jansen stays, Kelly goes. So do you think it's possible to because what they're saying is, look, if Jansen goes, that means you could make Joe Kelly the lead, the ending fireman, you know, the guy who comes in and freaking makes a difference and saves the games, like the Jansen role. Whereas, you know, if Jansen stays, you make him a starter. So what is your take on that scenario? It's a good one.
I'm starting to trust Jansen as the closer, but I would like to see somebody else take the role though, because I think Jansen could be a great 8th inning guy. And if you're talking about Joe Kelly, are you saying Joe Kelly could be the closer?
No. So if Jansen leaves, because they're saying that if you keep Kelly, Jansen goes.
Then if Jansen goes, then we might go after somebody else and try and get a bullpen guy at the deadline or something. Or Blake Trinan is great. I think Trinan could be a good closer. Yeah, we have options in that regard too. Um, what's his name? We got Corey Knebel. Yeah, Corey
Yeah.
Knebel's. Yeah,
And they didn't
he's
use him much in 2021. They didn't use him much, which I thought
really
was hilarious.
yeah. So we have guys that could take over the role if Jansen leaves, but um,
But can you see Kelly A staying? B, well, you said you could. So basically, A, could you see Kelly being the closer?
I just can't. I could see him being the eighth inning guy maybe, but I just don't. I don't think so. Not after 2019. Like, yeah, he's proved himself, but in that big situation where it was a closer type situation, you had to get us out of that inning and give us a chance to walk it off. Um, I don't see them going with Kelly as the closer.
Do you see them keeping both Kelly and Jansen together, or do you see one of them going?
It's hard to say, but I know for sure they'll bring Kelly back, and Jansen's kind of he demands more money than most bullpen guys just because of his value and his career resume and stuff. So should the Dodgers not be willing to pay him, of course he'll leave and he'll probably go somewhere else. Somebody else will pick him up for
Yeah.
sure.
I'd rather him retire as a Dodger because this is all he knows. But again,
Yeah.
he's saved a lot of games, but I don't think his performances are good enough anymore. And look, he fixed his act in the second half. I would fix my act if I was booed by 50,000 fans. Hell yeah. Okay, right? Like,
I definitely it humbled him and
yeah,
it definitely made him play better in the second half. So
sure, yeah.
hats off to Dodger fans. They did a good job.
Thank God, because I mean, 50,000 fans booing you, yeah, I would cry. I would. And Dave Roberts, just trust him too much. Speaking of Dave Roberts, he is seeking an. Oh, wait. Before, if
One
he
more.
stays, how many years do you give Kelly to stay, and for how much?
So if Dave Roberts stays,
No, Jansen. What's his name? Kelly.
oh Kelly, how much you think they'll give him?
Yeah. How long and how much?
We'll probably sign him maybe for a two-year deal for maybe 2-year deal, $12 million, $6 million a year. I don't know.
Wow.
Nothing. I mean, he's earned respect. He's won World Series and stuff. He's pitched in the World Series and the playoffs, so I think he's earned respect in terms of contracts. But
If you look at his record overall, do you think? Because people were saying 3 years, 22 million.
3 years, 22. I
Yeah.
can see that happening.
So
But
2022. Okay.
I don't know.
What about
Signing
go
a
ahead.
guy like that, like Joe Kelly, for that long, I think 2 years would be good for him.
I think I was looking on a lot of the YouTubers' comments and all of that, a few of them, and he's got such a negative reaction from Dodger fans. So I don't know, and I don't think the front office cares what Dodger fans think. Doc wants an extension. He expects it. Do the Dodgers give it to him for? And same question: how long and how much?
Man, when does he want this extension? Because we got him for another year, right?
Yeah, I think we got him for another year, but I think after this, he's on his own.
Depending on how he does this season, then we go out and we win the World Series, then yeah, they'll give him an extension because that'll be 2 World Series that he's won for us in the past 6 years. But if the story is the same and we lose and like the NLCS again, goodbye, Dave Roberts. He's out for sure.
Yeah. Although and DMAC, Doug McCain on Dodgers Nation said this, and he was like, if you fire Dave Roberts, a lot of decisions he's making is what are what the front office are wanting, so are giving him. So if you fire Roberts, you got to fire the front office.
Someone has to be the fall guy, though.
Sure,
It's usually
but then
the man.
someone else is going to come in, and then they're going to be the. It's just going to continue.
That's how they hire coaches. It's this new.
Yeah.
That's why they hired him in the first place, because they had other candidates and stuff. But Dave Roberts came in there and they probably told him the plan. They said, we're going to give you suggestions on the lineups and stuff, and you're going to follow them if you want to be the manager here. And I think Dave Roberts is probably the only guy that was willing to be like, okay, yeah, sure.
He
Because
does
that's
seem
just
like a
the
guy
kind of
who's
guy
a pushover. Yeah,
he is.
he seems like a guy who's a pushover.
Yeah.
You could
I think
because
the
if it were me,
players,
I'd say get the fuck out of here.
yeah, right. And the good managers, like maybe they tried to do that with Bruce Bochy a couple of times, and he probably said, fuck off. I've won many World Series as coach. I know what I'm doing. That's the type of attitude that you need to have. And if it is Dave Roberts making these decisions, then that's even worse because then he is.
Yeah. Well, and he is making a lot of them. I think they're involved in all the decisions.
Right.
But
I think
they have to give him leeway.
Bullet is the lineup because obviously you can't talk into his ear the whole game. But
Yeah, exactly. But I think they give him scenarios. All right, if this happens, go with this. If this happens, go with that. This happens. But my thing is, and someone pointed it. I think it was Doug McCain too, and someone else. They said Dave Roberts trusts a pitcher too much. When Jansen was losing all those games, he didn't go to Corey Knebel. He didn't go to Bruce Dargrador. He didn't go. Well, he's a starter now, but
it's insanity.
He didn't go to any other guys that the Dodgers traded for. And that's his problem, is that too much trust in one. And it's like Pete DeBoer with the Golden Knights. He freaking trusts Lehner too much, and we're gonna go over Lehner after this lockout talk, and it's just like, oh, come on. I don't know on him getting extended, but yeah, I think you're right. On to Walker Buehler. He rejected a contract extension offer by the Dodgers. They realized this dude's a money man. This dude can do great things. He rejected an offer from the Dodgers, an extension. We don't know for how long. We don't know for how much and how long and what it comes with. What do you think of that? I mean, because look, he's been incredible. I don't remember all his numbers. Let me fix my mic because it keeps falling. That's the only thing, man. Is this mic has a terrible stand. But he's had a good ERA. He's had a good FIP. His velocity is doing pretty well so far. And even when he was gassed out in the postseason this last year, and he wasn't throwing 99, 100 miles an hour. But I think he's a great pitcher. What do you think of him rejecting the offer?
Well, he's still going to be a Dodger because you need those 6 years. But I think it's a sign that he doesn't want to be in LA anymore because of last year. They wanted to win last year. There was the whole Albert Pujols coming to LA and just this whole new team, and they had championship aspirations. And so him losing, it's got to be frustrating. It's like Blake Snell wanting out of San Diego, kind of. But if the Dodgers do well, and I do got to go soon, but one thing I will say is, if the Dodgers do well this year, then the narratives might change a little bit.
Yeah, because he loves being a Dodger, and you don't see him publicly being angry about being in LA. You saw that a lot from Max Scherzer. You did. Last question then for you, Clayton Kershaw. Is he going to resign with the Dodgers? I give him a 1-year deal if he does. Give him about $20 million, $30 million. But is he going to be an ace? Is it possible for Clayton Kershaw, even if he's healthy, to be an ace?
The thing is, if we get Buehler's our ace, I don't think we're going to have Kershaw as the number one anymore. But if we get him back, he's still a reliable 2-3 starter. But I don't know if we're going to sign Kershaw. The Rangers might get him. You know what I mean?
But if he wants to contend for a second World Series, is Dallas, because we talked about this last week, is Dallas really the place he should go to if he's thinking, look, man, I at least want a shot, just one. Even if we don't win, I just want, because Dallas, they don't look like they're contending for a World Series. I'm sorry. No.
Texas, yeah, you're right. But maybe it could be that Kershaw did win his World Series and is probably satisfied with that. Like, okay, yeah, I got my ring. Yeah. It could be another Albert Pujols situation where Pujols just deciding to take the money and go to the Angels. Could be Kershaw just deciding to take the money and go to the Rangers. I mean, they would have a good team. If they get another pitcher or something, they definitely have offense now. But
Oh yeah, of course, Seager and the other deal they picked up. I forgot who they picked up, but I mean, huh?
Marcus Semien from the Blue Jays.
Oh yeah, that's right, Mark Simeon. So insane. But again, I mean, so let's say he goes to. I would cry seeing him in another uniform. He's been my number one dude since 2008, 2009. Like I've loved him for that long, and I've grown up with Clayton Kershaw. So, do you see if he goes to the Rangers 1-2 years? Do you see him retiring there, or do you see him coming back and going, "Look, I'm a Dodger forever, and I'm gonna retire in LA." Retirement ceremony, all the stops.
Wherever he goes next, and whatever contract he signs, I think is going to be the last for Kershaw. I see him retiring pretty early because what's he now, like 32, 33?
Yeah.
There's already been talks of him retiring. So I think
right, but where? Do you think he's going to, like, let's say he finishes out his, let's say he goes to the Rangers. Oh, God, you got me think. Oh, my God, I'm going to cry. Let's say he goes to the Rangers, does 1-2 years, let's say 2 years, finishes out that contract. Does he say, all right, I'll do my retirement ceremony here in Dallas? Or does he come back and go, look, I gave you guys 10, 12 years. I'll do my retirement ceremony here. Or 13 years, really. So where do you think he retires?
Here's what I think. So, he could pull a LeBron and go to Texas and then come back. But I think whatever decision is a decision. So if he really wants to finish his career with the Dodgers, he won't bother going to the Rangers. You know
Sure.
what I mean? He won't bother. He won't bother. So he'll sign with the Dodgers. But if he does go to the Rangers, I think that's where he'll ride his career out. Because that's where he grew up. And yeah.
So you think he'll retire? That he'll do the retirement ceremony, the goodbye, all of that over there in Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd rather him stay with the Dodgers because I think, as I told you last time, they're going to expect too much out of him over there in Texas. They're going to say, you are Clayton freaking Kershaw. You need to give us the Kershaw that we've been watching for over 13 years. And Kershaw ain't going to give him. He can't. Physically, he can, unless he takes some drugs, and he's not about that. They're going to demand too much of him. Whereas the Dodgers realize, oh, we abused him. We used him too much. Fine, we'll have Urias and Buehler and Dustin May and all that. So that's what I think. Now, I think the Dodgers need to get 1-2 more ace pitchers. They do. May won't be back until like June, July after the All-Star. Bauer, it's a shaky situation. I give it a 95% chance he don't play for the Dodgers. I'm sorry, 90. So, I think they need 1 or 2 more aces. They do. So, before you go, congratulations. I just want to congratulate you, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, if you've watched one of our live streams with Duncan before, he is a Rams fan. So, are you going to be buying some gear?
Yeah. Definitely. No, Cooper Cup jersey.
I'd go for an Odell. I want,
maybe get like a bobblehead or something because I saw there was bobbleheads, over in this antique shop by the strip or something close to by where I work at. But yeah, I don't know.
Are you gonna get gear that's gonna say like Super Bowl champion and all that?
Yeah, I already have a hat.
Okay.
Yeah. It's lit. But
it's lit.
Yeah. If you want to talk about the game real quick, I will say, it was scaring me at the end there because, if Aaron Donald didn't stop Burrow at the end there, if he didn't sack him,
yeah,
Chase was wide open, and he could have got a touchdown. That would have won it for Cincinnati. But it's just crazy how Donald just said game and took him down.
Yeah, because the Rams didn't have much of a run game. They didn't have any running game in the second half. I mean, me and Oscar were going, "Oh my God, what is wrong?" And Stafford, what was that play where Stafford was wide receiver, and I think who was throwing to him? I think Donald was, and it was too high, so Stafford couldn't catch it.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
I mean, and it was that bad. And I know you talk about that penalty where I think it was Jalen Ramsey who got the PI. The Bengals got the pass interference. That should have been called. That's why I say the officials were very suspect on both sides. But really, when they gave those, 5 or 6 penalties to the Bengals at the very end with 2 minutes left, I thought, okay, now this is very suspect on both sides. How are you not calling penalties on either side for like 2/3 of the game? First half or second? And I mean, yeah, just, but congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams. They've won it. They've done it. That is my post game show. Oscar did a more in-depth review, and I'm just not gonna do it. I don't want to. I'll do it here. Bengals definitely had their second half. You're gonna see the Bengals again in the next few years. Dallas, you won't see them there in the next few years. You just won't. I'm sorry. So. I'm thinking you gotta go. Is that?
Yeah. All right. It was good talking to you, though.
Yeah.
Covered a lot on the lockout. I learned a couple of things I didn't know about, but that's good. All right, man.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Duncan Dye. Make sure you check out Franchise Sports Media. Make sure you check them out on Instagram. And Duncan, thanks for coming. I'm sure we'll see you back.
Yep. All right. Have a good week, man.
All right. You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Duncan Dye. He's a good friend of mine. He's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. I will be right back. I need to go get a drink. My mouth is like dry. But I will. I will be right back. For now, I will just have a blank file for you. It's just a song that just gives me enough time to come back, and I'll do a few more stories for you. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. So I went and got a drink. We're going to continue the stream now. I hope you guys are having a good time. You know, let me check YouTube real quick. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another special guest coming up soon. Won't tell you who it is. I think you can guess. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another special guest coming up soon. We're going to have this special guest coming on. For now, we're going to discuss the Golden Knights. That's going to be a fun topic to discuss. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. This is going to be fun. So, and Oscar made a comment before, and he said, your mic is falling for you. Hey, Oscar, at least someone's falling for me. Oh! So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, that song's over. Oh, thank God, man. I know you guys are like, man, when are you going to get to the stream? Alright, so I guess my microphone doesn't work on, I guess it just doesn't work here anymore for some reason, and it used to work. This is what's so weird. It's like my microphone always messes up on this thing. So I guess it doesn't matter which microphone I get. But we've got a big show for you guys. Let me take a drink here. I feel like Dr. Pepper pierces through the ice more. So I want to go over the Golden Knights so far. Let me just make sure Oscar's not on the stream yet. Whoops. Let me see. Let me know when you are backstage. So let me go ahead and remove a few things here. Let me see here. All right, so just texting Oscar. So for now, while he texts us if he's backstage or not, let me turn. Hold on. For some reason, my phone don't want to work. That is hilariously crazy. Let's see. There we go. All right. So let's just go ahead and talk Golden Knights real quick. And I'll wait for him to text me if he's backstage. So the Golden Knights won against the Oilers. They were very good. I mean, that was a perfect game. Again, just a great puck possession, great puck control, not a lot of turnovers. I mean, they just controlled that game. And they had this energy like they wanted to win. However, when it came to that second game against the Calgary Flames, guys, they were shut out 6-0. 6-0. We got a lot of forwards that we're paying a lot of money for. And I speak as we, but the management is paying a lot of money for. And you know, it really comes to me as just stupidity. I mean, I always say this with a caveat. I don't play hockey. I don't ice skate. I don't know any of that. My mic keeps falling. However, I am a sports commentator, so I can say whatever I want to say. With that caveat, okay? What is it? The coaching that's the problem? Is it you guys are being lazy? Yeah, you're playing against some of the top goalies in the world, and in the league, but that's the point. That's the point. It's not like we're saying, hey, you guys, it's fine if you guys don't play well. We're cool with that. No, of course we're not cool with that. Of course we're not cool with that. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. And if you're saying, oh, well, we're waiting for Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel could be in any part of the lineup, and he's not going to solve it. He's not going to solve it all. Oh, come on, man. Like Joe Biden said, come on, man. Come on, Jack. So I would say there's a giant depth problem which Jack Eichel will solve. I almost called him Eiffel. But Jack Eichel will solve it. And by the way, he plays tomorrow. We're going to get to that. And I think Oscar texted. Let me see. All right. So while I do this, look, he's going to be able to come in. But again, he's not going to be able to fix all your problems. And let me add Oscar to the stream here. Oh, hold on. So, Oscar, what's up?
What's good, man?
What's up? Not, I know I'm talking Golden Knights real quick, but
Nah, you're good.
we got a lot to talk about ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Oscar Josue Montiel, who's our last-minute guest. I didn't tell you guys. Now I did. He's our last-minute guest that I just added to the stream. I know. I got to fix the title, too. But again, Eichel is going to play, but is he going to solve that depth problem for you? Yes. But is he going to solve all your problems is my question. I'm sorry. No. I don't care if Jack Eichel plays amazing and scores you 20 goals in a year. Or in less than a year because he came in the middle of the season. You guys still suck. So, look, they play tomorrow. And Jack Eichel, let's get to Jack Eichel. He's coming in. I'm very curious to see. I think he's going to be in that line with Carlson and Pacioretty. Because Stone is out. Speaking of Markstone, let's get to more injury news. Markstone has got another, I think, a back injury or a hip injury. His back has been bothering him. Like Washington bothers me. But I wonder if there are doctors who are telling Stone.
I'm not in a good mood, dude. So whatever.
I would say this even if you weren't on the stream. But look, Stone. I wonder if there's a doctor ever saying, "Look, man, you can't play with this injury, man. You have to stop." I don't know. And look, I think the morale is down when Stone is out. Clearly, the morale is down even when he's in. So he's out. So that frees up the cap space apparently that everyone's been complaining about. Like, oh my God, who are they gonna get? Who's gonna get thrown out? Who's gonna get thrown out for Eichel? Again, I will make my point. I love how they're willing to spend $10 million effing dollars for Eichel, but they weren't willing to save a guy for $7 million. Marc Andre Fleury costs less than Eichel, and you're complaining about Marc Andre Fleury's thing in the summer? Woo. And it's not like Jack Eichel wasn't available. He was just shopping for teams, and I think us and the Flames were available for him because of that surgery. So that frees him up. He's been on LTIR. So was Max Pacioretty. He came back. I forget who else. So that frees up a lot of cap space. You know what else frees up a lot of cap space? Oscar's guy, Robin Lehner, is out with a Lantrum injury, which I don't know if that's an upper body injury or a lower body injury. But either way...
What is it called? The what?
The Lantrum, Lantrum.
Let me look it up real fast.
Okay. So while he looks that up, I don't know. Either way, he's injured. They've called up Logan Thompson, okay, who's a minor leaguer, AHL. I like Logan Thompson, although some certain games he gave up too many goals. They've got a few more years with him, because they signed him. My thing is, you could have kept Fleury. And if you hear my dog barking, it's probably because they're going to take him for a walk. That's Ace. My other thing here is, there's a story now from Center Valley, and there's a reason why Marc Andre Fleury is the thumbnail. Everyone knows how much I love Fleury. Oscar knows. He complains about it. But, you know, they are now talking. Center Valley and the Daily Faceoff is saying that Marc Andre Fleury is going to have a reunion with Vegas. Vegas management came out and said, "No, we're not looking for that. You know, that's a no-go." I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen and what I think should happen. I think we should have another game with the Blackhawks and have Marc Andre Fleury beat the crap out of us. Beat Vegas' asses. Because they burned that bridge. Let's say Vegas management was looking into it. And look, these guys are not honest. They aren't transparent. They're liars. They're shitty people. I don't usually curse on my channel, but Duncan's got me going, even though he's gone. And I just... They burned that bridge with Fleury, where they didn't. We've gone over how they disrespected him. They didn't even call him. They said, "Oh, we needed to go with the trade registry, and we need to make the call." And no, you know you're gonna trade him. You know it's a done deal. 99% sure. I would have called Marc Andre Fleury. At least give him the respect he deserved. And yeah, they did that tribute video and whatever. But still, again, I don't think there's gonna be a Marc Andre Fleury reunion with Vegas. Now look, he's doing very, very, very well. Pretty much very well. Very, very well in Chicago. However, they ain't going to the playoffs. They ain't going to go. So could Marc Andre Fleury say, "Okay, I'll come back to Vegas and I'll play for you because I want to get to the playoffs and go and win"? Yeah, I could see that. However, I don't. And look, I think Lehner's been placed on LTIR or whatever, I guess. Here's the thing. You have Laurent Brossoit. Is he playoff worthy? No. What's up, Oscar?
I couldn't find anything. I don't know if you're pronouncing it right or not, but what I found is that he got a I don't know if this is right or wrong, but it's like a abdominal tear or something. I think.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna talk away from the mic a little bit just because. But I mean, could he? Brossoit, I love Brossoit. I love him. Is he good enough for the playoffs? I don't know, and I don't think so. And now he's gonna have a lot more starts. I hope, because Lehner's out. Thank God. I mean, Lehner's out. But
I just like Lehner for the sole fact that you don't like him. So
that's why I like Eden Hazard. Or do you call him number 7? But again,
at least
do I
the
see
reason why Real Madrid lost today? That's the reason why I'm in a bad mood.
Oh, poor Oscar. But you know what? I'm gonna have you do a post game here, just because you're in a bad mood and I feel like it.
I mean, I haven't done my post game because I was at a job. Like, thank goodness, I was at that. As soon as I got off the job interview, I'm like, oh, let me see if Real Madrid lost. Good game, good defensive battle, but they lost.
Yeah, the offense wasn't there for him. But again, there's no reunion. There's no. It's not Vegas. Even if Fleury comes. Well, before I get to that, Braswell has to start more for me to see if he'd be playoff worthy. Number 2, if Fleury does come, it's probably to finish out his contract. But it's also Vegas saying if they're going to go to the playoffs. There's no way they're not. I know Vegas. However, they're not going to the Stanley Cup. They'll be out in about, if I was to make a prediction, 3rd round they're out. Whether they get to the 3rd round is on them. Even if they get to the 3rd round, Vegas is known for choking.
What, third round is the semifinals or whatever you guys call your semifinals, right?
The Western Conference Final.
Mm-hmm.
So that's round 3, and that's before the Stanley Cup. They're not getting to the Stanley Cup. They'll be out either before round 3 or at round 3. After you will not see the Golden Knights there, and you'll be seeing me being a pessimist the rest of the year because they're not going to go anywhere. So I mean, Oscar, I'll ask you this: with all that you've heard me say on this channel and on the political podcast one, the Get the Memo, on how they treated Fleury, on everything that went down. If you were, let's say this happened in football, you get Dak Prescott, the franchise dude. And they treated if his situation happened in football, would you if there was news that Dak Prescott's gonna have a reunion with Dallas even though they treated him like shit and everything that happened to Fleury, would you see this happening in any other sport where someone who was disrespected like this would come back and say, you know what, I'll help you through the playoffs because your main guy is out even though you replaced me for him?
Yeah, I would. Because they can bury the hatchet. I mean, unfortunately, like, I don't know why they got rid of him in the first place. They were, it didn't look like it, but, they were a few pieces away from a Stanley Cup, final. So all they needed to do is just build around that.
Yep.
Like, all they needed was to add a few key pieces. They would have been fine. I don't know why they decided to tear everything apart. And surprisingly, because didn't they start like 0-5 or whatever? From what I saw,
it was like 0-3, and then they were like 5-6. Once they got to about 8, about 6 wins. Once they got to win number 7, they were. And a lot of it is a lot of guys were barely coming in. A lot of guys were new. Lehner was still. I mean, he was never really a starter, so he was still trying to get his bearings. It was a hot mess. And
I mean, I'm going to use this as a comparison since we're going to talk about Real Madrid anyway in a second. So, Real Madrid, after they win their 3rd straight Champions League with Zinedine Zidane, Zinedine Zidane walks away. So, Real Madrid is in a situation where they're like, oh, crap. We got to find a new manager. So, this manager decides to get rid of, the Real Madrid in general decides to get rid of Ronaldo, keep Bale, keep Benzema, get rid of other key players that formulated that championship caliber team in favor of younger talent. Now, there's nothing wrong with younger talent. You just got to know how to develop and win with that talent.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, the manager that came in that year didn't know how to win with that talent. So, Real Madrid, what do? They build what they thought was going to be a championship caliber team with Eden Hazard, Luka Jovic, which they were
Oops.
they brought him in at an overprice because they've been riddled with injuries and weren't that good in their first year anyway. Especially Eden Hazard. My God, can't can't stand the dude.
Yeah, my favorite player in Real Madrid. Oh
But
my
like,
god.
but like they're in rebuilding phase right now. Like today,
Did they use
like,
Karim Benzema?
yeah, but he's hurt.
Mm,
He's hurt.
that's right. You did mention that. And Militao, did they use him?
He and freaking Courtois were like the best things on. Dude, David Courtois basically blocked a messy penalty shot.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, ladies and gentlemen, Oscar. So okay, tell me, maybe I'm just so much of a pessimist. Wouldn't there be hard? Because look, Marc Andre is. You know what? I'm gonna grab his figurine. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta do it.
I mean, he can be like Ronaldo, who literally went back to Manchester United.
But did they disrespect him like these guys disrespected Fleury? So just for a visual, Oscar, I am setting Marc Andre Fleury, the figurine, right in front of the camera. I mean, because
No, not really.
because they disrespected Fleury massive. And one thing would have been, hey, look, Mark, we gotta let you go. We're worried about cap space. And no hard feelings. And doing a press conference with Fleury, next to Fleury, and saying thank you for everything you've ever done for our team. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for being the first guy to sign. Then I could say, hey, you know what? There might be a chance. By the way, I'm pouring Dr. Pepper. I don't know if you could hear that, but I do think that could be a chance. However, I don't think there's a chance here because now he's so classy. He doesn't speak very negatively. However, he did say, look, they didn't call me. Last time we spoke was like June 25th when they traded him in July. So, or June, whenever it was. It was June 27th. I hate that day. So, you know, he's just not a very negative guy. He's very classy. He's not Lehner.
So you hate the fact that your 1 year your anniversary of your political channel. Oh, I see. You're starting to warm up.
No. I think it was after my political channel anniversary that it was way after. I gotta go back and look, although I'm afraid. Those videos were hilariously irate. I remember. But again, do you think he puts it behind him and says, look, you guys really effed me over, but I want another ring and I want another shot. Chicago's not it.
I mean, it'll depend on the management and how they swallow they swallow their pride.
Yeah, if they say, hey, you know what? Now, because now, yeah, exactly. They say, oh, fine, get over here. Because what it would do to McCrimmon and Foley and all of them is make them look like a bunch of idiots that they are. The fact that, oh, we got rid of him and now we need him to come back because our starter's gone because we should have kept him in the first place. Because none of the guys here can do the job and he could. Yeah. That would make you look stupid. Because that's what we said all along. But another question is, okay, let's say they do get him. Does Chicago retain his salary? Or do they tell Vegas, you gotta pay it? We're gonna get rid of him because you wanna win in the playoffs and you want us to pay you his salary? You gotta be kidding.
Nah, I mean, I would, like, in that case, I would have Vegas pay at least the majority of the salary.
Mm-hmm.
And then they pay, like, or if they can find a way to split it 50-50, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because usually that's what happens in the soccer world. The soccer world, when, say that Barcelona gets Neymar, right? Let's just use him as an example. And PSG, was adamant that, they didn't want to sell him. But say that the price is right. They're like, okay, fine, but you also got to take his salary. Barcelona is going to have to take that salary also, like the majority of that salary, to pay off PSG's debts.
Yeah. I gotcha. Huh. And is Vegas going to do that because, oh my God, cap space? Well, it won't be the full $7 million. And he's already gone through about $3 million. Maybe I think he's coming up close because it's split up in the two halves of the season. So I don't know whether they're going to do that.
See, but we can relate hockey and soccer together. See?
Yeah, see? There you go. And you do have to get a goal. You're passing a ball. You're passing a puck. There's penalty. There's offsides. There's delay of game calls. There's, So, guys, I my vote is no. There's no Vegas reunion. However, I'm excited to see Jack Eichel this Friday. They're going to play the Los Angeles Kings. I am going to be scared shitless because if you put Logan Thompson in the net against Jonathan Quick or Jared Sparks and Drew Doughty and Kopitar and all those guys, oh fuck, we're out. I'll be going to a losing game. However, you put Brossoit. I like Brossoit. I think Brossoit is a great goalie.
Oh,
yes, has he?
Game?
Yeah, on Friday.
Oh, okay.
I think I told you how that happened, right?
No. I didn't even know.
Oh, did I not? Oh, so here's what happened. My former high school librarian, we became pretty good friends. And shout out to you. You know who you are. And she was selling her tickets for Section 7. Like, you could walk up and touch the glass. You could hear them talking. You could see everything that's going up, like, down. Like, you're that close. It was like $760. I was like, whoa. It's like $180 a pop for 4 or 5 tickets. So I told my dad about it. He said, well, I'll buy them. And then I bought his tickets that he had for another section for $356. Oh, a lot of money. And yeah, so that's how I'm going to, because my friends, I got it as a gift for my friends for being there for me all this time. And so
I say vlog that game.
I'll try it. I'll try, because again, it's not that easy. With friends, it's a little more difficult because they're always wanting to talk and chat. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. But again, I don't see Fleur. I give it a 5% chance he's coming back. And I don't know that.
From what I hear, I agree. From what I hear from what I heard from your videos, I agree that like it's going to take 2 parties, and I don't know if Vegas is going to want to
look like idiots. Yeah, exactly. Swallow their pride and go, okay, fine, we need you. We were wrong all along. And not only that, but I got to think on Marc Andre Fleury's part. I was a Mike, whatever. I almost said it. But his family, too. His kids were going to school in Pittsburgh for like 8 years or whatever because they're so young. Then they came out here for 4 years. And now they're in Chicago going to school. And his wife also had to move. Honestly, do they want to move back like that and have to buy a house and do all that? I mean, the family aspect, too.
True.
So
it comes with a job. It comes with a job, though.
It does come with a job, but again, for the kids, I would think it's a lot.
That's true.
And I mean, they'd be able to find a house. It's not like they wouldn't. But again, do they want to buy a house for the next, let's just say June, July, like 3-4 months, and then leave? Like, I'd rent a house if I were Fleury, because
just for the time being.
Because someone explained it, the hockey guys who I watch, and he was like, if you go to Vegas, you're like, oh great, I'm here, and the next month, oh right, I'm gone, and it's true. So I don't think so. Oscar, I know you don't watch the Olympics, but I'm sure
I don't keep up with not the one. Like, I kept up with the Summer Olympics here and there because actually, like, there was some, like...
Soccer's there.
Yeah, soccer was going on. But the Winter Olympics, really nothing.
I love the Winter Olympics. I've watched it for years. I love the Summer Olympics even more. But
by the way, fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Naeem actually watched... So, the reason why he couldn't join the Super Bowl was because apparently, like, he was being too loud. With, in the hotel room or whatever, and you know how some hotel rooms they have noise complaints or whatever. So
yeah, okay.
That's why he had to leave the stream.
Oh,
wasn't able to come back into the stream after his phone died out.
Because
like he was strange enough, he was texting me and he calls me up the next day. I'm like, dude, what happened to you? You could have jumped back in, right? I'm like, it's not like we neutered you. Like literally, we had our jokes with like throughout the stream, but I feel like we literally like killed him like the last 2 minutes.
Oh, I know, just boom, boom, boom.
So like he told me, he was like, "No, I couldn't make a lot. You know, I was being a little too loud, and like, you know, people were telling me to keep it down or whatever before they got a noise complaint." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I was like, "Yeah," because you were texting me about the game. He's like, "Yeah, I even watched the Winter Olympics afterward."
Oh,
He was watching like the figure skating or whatever.
yeah. Well,
It
it
was,
was the Rouge, which was no, it was the bobsledding after.
oh yeah.
Well, if he was watching figure skating, it must be different over there. Yeah, I mean, well,
No, no,
here's
no.
the
It,
thing.
it was probably what I meant. Like,
Yeah,
I get those skating
mixed
things
up.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's my other problem. Michaela was. Oh. His friend, his ex girlfriend, was also being kind of loud. Nine wasn't even being loud. He was, oh yeah, yeah, man. He was talking like that, so I don't understand that whole "you're being loud" thing. But hey, you know what? We're not there. I have no idea what the acoustics were like. So,
I mean,
and he wasn't alone.
someone tells us strict, bro. So, like here in the northern parts, you cannot be loud. You cannot like if I'm talking like this. Next thing you know, you'll be hearing a pound at the wall.
Oh my god, you guys are weird over there. Um, but the reason I wanted to talk about the Olympics real quick is
Oh
there's
dang,
a
nine was in Philly. He could have gone visit. Oh wait, no, he's not there. My bad.
oh, is
I
he
s-
back
I
home?
skip I, I skipped back a few years.
Oh, oh boy. Um, by the way, that make sure you guys go watch that live stream. It's got like 30 something views. Not bad. Awesome. That was crazy.
I'm afraid that that's gonna be taken down because the NFL
Hey,
be like
you know what? Knock on wood. Hopefully not.
NFL be like praying and like
Oh, I know. Because I had the speaker as low as I could possibly get it
no. And
without me.
here's the thing. Like
Because I needed to hear it.
one of the YouTubers like was telling me like or not telling me, but like telling his audience because he's known for being a dick, or, like but like when he fails his community, he actually comes out right and apologizes. So like he was like, "Yo guys, I apologize for leaving y'all like that. It's just that YouTube literally like took down my stream. Apparently the NFL didn't like my stream or whatever, which is wild because I don't even show no game footage. I don't even like have the game on the like I have my stuff muted. Like and it's true like when he does his live stream during games, like sometimes I'm like, dude, are you even watching the game? But he does. Like sometimes he reacts to certain plays. I'm like, oh, so he must have he has his things muted, and since he doesn't show any video, he doesn't show his
Yeah.
face. So like it was weird.
They're being incredibly picky, and they're especially going after bigger channels too.
All right,
But you guys,
not to self. When I get 1,000 subscribers, I am not live streaming any games.
yeah, I know. Um, or just put it under a different title.
True.
Yeah.
Peanut butter
But
goes wild. That I really just said. That proves I'm tired and in a bad mood. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to bed.
Oh boy,
I'm gonna record my reaction for Real Madrid tomorrow anyway. Because like I said, I missed the game, and what pisses me off is that I literally look. I'm like 1-0. I'm like, oh, okay. When did the goal happen? Dude, they gave him like 5 extra minutes of added time or injury time, whatever it's called.
uh-huh.
Literally, the goals happened literally at the last second.
Oh jeez.
I was like, come on.
Hmm.
But I'm not gonna blame the defense.
No, it's all on the
Well,
offense, dude.
Well, actually, no. I'm actually gonna blame parts of the defense.
I can't wait for that post
Hey,
game.
someone's calling you.
No, they're calling Ace.
Oh,
And I tell Emily knows I'm live, but she don't care. Hold on a second.
is your dog in
Hold
your
on.
room?
No. Hold on.
Yeah, I can hear your mom too. For the first time ever on a stream.
All right, I had to just tell them. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're being freaking loud. And they know I'm live. She knows I'm live. I even told her. I went to her room. But the reason I wanted to talk about the Olympics real quick, not really any event, but Kamila Valieva is a Russian. God damn it, microphone. You're falling like Washington does.
Did you not did you not read my comment on the?
Yeah. I commented on it before you joined the stream. I said that you said because your mic's falling for you, and I said, hey, at least something's falling for me. Oh, sorry, Naeem. Oh,
No!
oh, we're still going. I think we did more Naeem jokes this year than we did last year.
So it was so easy.
It's like a pitcher who just throws it down the middle and gives away a home run. I mean, it's Naeem. And he didn't have any clapbacks. At all. I'm like, you've had a year?
He really didn't. Here's the thing. Was it the Super Bowl stream or was it the Super Bowl thing that we did last year, or was it a different thing that he came up with, the poor ass Chipotle joke?
Yeah, that was the really, would you like Chipotle?
Or do you
What are you talking about? Yeah, because he joined us on FaceTime. And but in the last 2 minutes, Naeem is this, Naeem is that, Naeem is other. Oh God, it was so bad. I want to take a screen recording of that. But either way, Kamila Valieva is a 15-year-old Russian superstar. An amazing figure skater who can land quads like nobody's business. The first woman to, I think, ever do 3 or 4 quads in the Winter Olympics ever.
I'm gonna go get a bottle of water because I'm actually pretty thirsty. Soda made me thirsty. I drank like cherry Coke and I'm still thirsty. So
yeah, I'm still thirsty too. I gotta drink water. But I'm gonna ask you a question on this too.
Oh.
So, but not right now. Just keep going. I gotta explain it. Okay. So while Oscar gets his tears, water, because they lost. Real Madrid. I love Real Madrid. That's my family team. So come on, guys. Anyway, but she is one of the best figure skaters in the world. Period. However, she failed a drug test, and she has a heart medicine or whatever in her system. So she's been taking drugs. They've been doping her. And the Swedish lab that takes these tests, they took forever to give the results. They took like 40-something days, like 47. Instead, it should have taken like 20 days. So they took 27 more days to give the test out. Okay? Now, for some context, the Russians have had a problem where they dope their athletes. They failed a bunch of drug tests in the Summer Olympics, and they said they're banned. You're banned. You cannot compete. So Russia said, "Fine, we make our own. We make our own of Russian Olympic Committee." Yeah. So they made the ROC, the Russian Olympic Committee. Well, now they do their own Olympics. Who is doped up the most and who can win? How much more unfair can we make it? Let's see. We're at the Russian Olympics, huh? Everybody had drug. Everybody. What drug would win the Olympics? So, anyway, I did a Russian accent, Oscar. But again, they've had that. So that's some context. They suspended her, Kamila Valieva. Kamila Valieva, I'm sorry. They suspended her while the test was going on because the failed test. They went to the court of whatever, the sports court. They said no because she's a protected person, because she's under 16. She's a minor still, 15. We can't penalize her for actually taking drugs and being in the Olympics and making it unfair. Well, here's my problem. Sha'Carri Richardson, by the same International Olympic, although this is the winter division, so I have to be fair, the International Winter Olympics Committee, but they're a part of the same Summer Olympic Committee. So Sha'Carri Richardson smoked a little bit of weed, a little bit of kush, a little bit of a joint in Oregon, her legal state. What the hell? What are you doing?
Crashing bottles.
Oh my! Just like Real Madrid crushed your dreams today.
Yeah, pretty.
Like
No, PSG
Not-
actually crushed my dreams. Not Real Madrid.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Dreams are always crushed. So. Oh.
I'm gonna crush people's hopes and dreams tomorrow in my next episode. So.
Ooh. Oh, I can't wait. But they so they're allowing. So let me give my thoughts. It is unfair to have this young lady competing in the International Olympics. Look, she's only 15. Maybe
points.
she didn't. Oh my god. This is the problem with having a Washington fan on the stream. But
It's not my
You
fault
have-
that you talk about topics I don't care about.
I don't care about Washington, and I'm not that noisy. But either way, I don't think it's fair that, look, yeah, she's 15. Maybe she didn't know they were giving her the drug. Oh, come on! You cannot tell me that these guys know when they start at 11 or 12, they start getting drug tested. They know they're not allowed to take the drugs. They know it. Former Olympians, Tara Lipinski, Johnny Ware, they understand it. And they said, yeah, we were told, like, you cannot take drugs and all this. Sha'Carri Richardson smoked a little bit of weed. She's not allowed to compete because she smoked 2 days before her running event. 2 days. Well, unlike other drugs, marijuana, yeah, it stays in your system, but the high goes away after like a couple hours. So she couldn't run. Now she's black, she's African American. This young lady is white, she's Russian. But they are now making it to where if Camila, I was gonna say Cabello, but if if Camila Valieva makes it to the top 3 in any event, there will be no medal ceremony. Oh, come on!
What?
I'm not kidding. This is what came out from NBC Sports. If she makes it,
What type of punishment is that?
no, it's not for her. It's to make the field fair. So let's say she does incredibly well. The judges score her really well. She gets to the top 3, gold, silver, bronze. There will be no medal ceremony. Which I'm like, what? So now, if I'm an Olympian who did not do drugs, I'm not doped, I'm just doing what I need to do, and I'm competing, now I get no chance at either medal, either color, because of this little freak show? Oh, hell no. That's not fair. And if she gets to the top 21, they're going to have to add a top 25, another skater, so there's 25 instead, so that it's fair. And then there's one more event that if it gets to a certain number, there will be no medals. If she gets to the top 4 of an event, there will be medals, because obviously there's 3 more. 5. So there's a race issue here that a black woman can smoke a little weed before her race. 2 days, by the way, 2 days before her race. It wasn't like 2 minutes before her race. Right? She didn't do that. It was 2 days later. The high is gone. But she's not allowed to compete at all. This young lady does dope, and she can't. She can. And a lot of people in the sports community are angry, and you should be. I don't care if it's soccer, basketball, football, baseball, lacrosse, bobsledding, the half pipe, whatever it is. You should not be taking drugs. If Real Madrid is competing against PSG, against Chelsea, against Manchester, against anyone, you should not be taking drugs. And if you are, you should be suspended and should be taken out of these international events or even national championships, because it's not fair. Number one, it's not fair to, let's say you have a teammate who didn't make it because maybe they weren't as good as you. Maybe they weren't as good as you because they weren't taking drugs. So maybe you should be out, and it's also not fair to the rest of the field. The Boston Celtics lost to the Clippers because this guy was great, and it turns out he was on drugs. The Rams beat the Bengals, and that's because, I don't know, Donald was on drugs. I'm not making any accusations. I'm just giving examples. That's a huge problem, and you're on an international stage. Now everyone's affected because of you. And I don't care if you're 15, you know better. Now, mate, as a 15-year-old, you might be saying, "Look, I couldn't. My people did it. I couldn't tell them no. I don't buy it. I don't. This is completely unacceptable." Your thoughts?
I mean, at 15 years old, I was trying to advocate for myself. So you got to tell them, yo, I ain't doing it. I got something important to do. You guys leave, or if you guys want to go smoke weed, don't do. Go consume it somewhere else because I can get caught.
Now, so she didn't smoke weed. Sha'Carri Richardson. In that case, it's legal in Oregon. It's also not a performance-enhancing drug. If anything, if she would have been high, why is she running so slow? Because it's not a performance.
Why is she so relaxed?
So, how was it? Oh, dude, that was so rad. It's good to be in Boston. You're not in Boston, ma'am. Oh. Right? So she did it 2 days before. And even if she did it the day of, it's not a performance enhancing drug. However, she took a heart drug, medicine, whatever, that's on the banned substances list. Now, I don't know why weed is on the banned substances list. It's legal in Oregon, but illegal in the International Olympic Committee. What in the shit? So, but for Kamila Valieva, she took a drug that is in her system while she's competing.
She just wants to cheat.
It could be. But the Russians are known for that. The Russians are known for that.
True. And I want to make a Russian joke so bad, but I'm a bigger person. I don't want to have you banned on 2 channels.
Oh, do it. I just made a couple Russian jokes before you got on.
I was gonna say, Russians be bombing is gonna bomb us next.
But they'll be doped up, so it's okay. It's okay. We kill people.
Yes, Vladimir.
Yes. It's okay. I drink Dr. Pepper and then I boom, with drugs in my system.
No, in all seriousness, I feel like in that instance, they should ban the wrongdoers. It doesn't matter if I'm sorry, but weed, unfortunately here in the I take this if you will, but weed is no longer, because I remember it was a huge deal in the NFL. Yeah. Years ago. I remember, players were suspended for 3 to 4 games for having smoked weed and it being in their systems for 3 so they were suspended. Now it's not a big deal. So I think what countries need to do. Wow, I feel like I'm on your political podcast.
Oh, jeez.
But I feel like what countries need to do is look up guidelines, try to find something that meets in the middle, so that way they don't have this whole entire well, is weed a drug? I don't know. Is it a drug in your country? Yeah, no, yes, yeah. I don't know.
They just need to make a decision as an International Olympic Committee and do the research, do the scientific research, get lead doctors and scientists and say, look, it's not a performance-enhancing drug. It gets them high. If anything, it would destroy their Olympic careers because they would be it would not increase their performance. It would actually decrease it. So, okay, but this young woman has a drug that's not weed. It's a heart medicine in her system. She's not been known to need that medication. Russians have been known to dope their athletes. So this is why I say this is a huge problem. And
where were the Olympics? Where are the Winter
Shanghai,
Olympics?
China. Oh, I think it's Shanghai.
Is it not Beijing? I thought it was Beijing.
Oh no, it's Beijing. I'm sorry, it is Beijing. They're all the same to me.
True. You see, this is what happens when you have. Because China and Russia, they benefit from. I'm not gonna call them friends, but they benefit from each other.
They are allies.
What happens when you get 2 allies? They're like, oh, we can make all the rules we want. Nah, they got to find a neutral location. Like, I'm sorry, but like having international competitions in places where there's like issues going on, like China and Russia, is not acceptable because.
But there's issues going on in every country in the world, so then you make it unfair.
World Cup, no, but like countries that are known for cheating, dude.
Oh,
like, dude,
is China known for cheating?
I don't know because I don't keep track of the Olympics, and they
China
don't make it to the World Cup. So
China, well, they're like, for example, the U.S. is weak in soccer, but great in, like, for example, gymnastics, right? So again, they have never been known for cheating. They haven't.
Nah, dude, I'm very skeptical of how Russia. So Russia made it all the way, I think, to like the quarterfinals or semifinals. Dude, I don't know how they did it because
they're doped. They're doped.
They got. I was watching the Euros from last year.
Yeah,
and they got beat down, and they got beat down good 3 times. I'll be like, how did this team go to the freaking quarterfinals of the World Cup?
Right. Oh, and now I'm getting notifications. I got a bot message. But yeah, so again, I just don't think it's fair that she's in. I think it's an atrocity, and it's just a controversy that we didn't need. And I'm sure there's going to be more news on it. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I said it was only going to be baseball, hockey, and a bit of the Olympics, but we got to talk football, ladies and gentlemen. I had to ask Oscar to come on.
At least on your channel, because
yeah, at least on my channel, because I did not do a post game, and I'm going to be lazy enough. Oscar, let me tell you a couple things that Duncan said. Of course, he's a Rams fan. He is excited.
Oh no, I think I watched what he said. I was still, like, I watched the majority of your show. I just like walked up for like a few seconds because my grandma needed some stuff. But like I was able to catch up with most of what.
So what did you think of his comments there?
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Like, I'm happy that they won. But I hear like they're gonna lose their offensive coordinator to the Vikings here soon.
Yep.
I don't know if this is true or if it's valid or not, but I heard that Sean McVay may retire.
Yes, I heard something about that too. That if he won, he would go.
So like I don't know, like, man, the Rams, like the team. Look, you can have it can in football. It can go one or two ways. One, you have a good team, but a horrible coach. Or two, you have the coach, but their players suck. The Rams, all they needed this past season was the upgrade at quarterback. And unfortunately, fortunately for them, Odell Beckham Jr. was released at the same time. And they were like, oh, we got to snag him. Even though when I found out that he went to LA, I'm like, why is this dude going to LA when he's like, gonna be like the 4th or 5th wide receiver option there, but then one of their wide receivers went down with injury. So
so it worked out, and he has a home out here.
Yeah. So they became a championship caliber team because their defense was pretty good, and Matthew Stafford, he did have those up and down games, like losing to the Titans, or the teams that the Rams would lose to. I was like, what the heck? How did they lose? Oh, they lost to the 49ers twice in the regular season.
Yep. And didn't they lose? No, they beat the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Who also lost? The Cardinals lost to the Lions.
And I know that
we laughed our asses at that.
Oh my god, that was funny.
That was hilarious.
So like, man, like if they can keep. I don't know what they're gonna. Hopefully Sean McVay stays at least one more year, so that way they can find. If they know if he's stepping down, this, the following year, that's fine. They can get their next, coaching candidate next. Like next in line, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I am just if they get rid of any pieces, they're done. And I mean Matthew Stafford was with the Lions and
Donald,
came and
Aaron Donald might retire.
I always called him Eric, but yeah, Aaron Donald. He was saying, "Look, I'm done. My body's aching. I have to go." So that's gonna be news coming out now. Is if he's gonna retire or not? If Sean McVay is gonna retire or not? If they lose their offensive coordinator, which I don't think they should.
Odell,
Jesus Christ,
Jason, stop having. It's inappropriate for you to have an affair on your channel that everyone can watch.
at least I'm gonna have one. Naeem, good luck. He's gonna have an affair with his real estate business.
Yo.
Oh
Anyway.
jeez, it's like I can't stop.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Anyways, so we'll have to wait and see. Like, there's a lot of intrigue going into this off season. If Tom Brady, does he go? Does he stay? Oh my god. I hope he stays.
Please go. Please go.
God,
please go.
Like, I was watching. Man, the reason why I was so neutral, I'm like, man, I'm so neutral in the Super Bowl. It's because I have no one to hate. Like,
we just hate each other's
like,
teams, you know?
It just felt weird. Like, it felt weird.
Yeah.
To say, yeah, I want this team. Or, oh my god, I hope this. Like, I guarantee you, give me 2 or 3 more years, I'll probably hate Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
If I don't,
I could see it.
Because like right now, everyone hates Mahomes. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Why. I can see why people hate him though. Like, but right now, like I don't like right now. Me personally, I don't see
it.
hate.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's overhyped and
yeah.
And he's overhyped, but like right now,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Maybe if he is like a contender, like back to back, like the next, like I said, 2-3 years, I'm probably like, oh my god, this guy, like, and he got like, I'm like, I'm like, I'll probably be like, can this dude like die already? Like,
oh my god.
Fortunately for me, I can't, like, when I started comprehending football, Tom Brady was like already in his fifth or sixth season or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I didn't like see his first three Super Bowl wins. Well, granted, his first 2 were when I was 3 and 5 respectively.
I remember them just because I have a good memory. God damn it.
Not yourself. Maybe I shouldn't buy that new mic because
it's just
it'll love me so much that'll.
It's annoying, man. It's annoying, but
my Yeti Blue is right here, and I don't have to do anything. Like,
yeah, but that thing's got other problems. But again, Tom Brady. I hope he goes. My thing on the Super Bowl. Let's get back to and Mahomes.
Oh my god! Our next year is gonna be in Arizona for like the 3rd time in my memory, dude.
Oh jeez.
Why does NFL needs to find new location? Like, I'm happy that they actually are doing it in Vegas in 2 years. Like,
me too.
Like,
cause I want to go.
Like, I'll be like, cause let me see. This year it was Los Angeles. Okay, yeah, LA. Okay, whatever. They haven't had that there for long. Last year was where? Tampa. Oh, Tampa. I've seen a Super Bowl in Tampa already.
The year before.
54 was. What was 54?
Alexa, where was Super Bowl 54?
Here's something I found on the web. According to KidNews.com, Super Bowl 54 is next Sunday in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens.
Oh,
so Miami.
Okay, yeah. I already saw. Yeah, I saw Super Bowl Miami too. 53 was Atlanta. I gotta give him credit for that because it was actually a new stadium.
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2017 was in Houston, Texas.
No. Houston was the 51. 52 was
That was 52. That 2018 was in
no
Atlanta.
20. No,
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, because 50 was in 16. 52 was in 18.
no, 51 was in Houston because I remember
That's
the
what I'm saying.
28-3.
51, 2017. Yeah. It was in Houston.
Okay, where was 52
2016
then?
was in.
Where was 52 then?
Alexa, where was Super Bowl 52?
Super Bowl 52 was played at US Bank Stadium.
Oh, Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
My thing. Oh, it's because they had it was closed down. I was gonna like, who was I discussing? Oh, I think I was discussing with Naeem because he was like, dude, why do they always have like the Super Bowls in the West Coast? Why can't they show love here in the East Coast? I'm like, because here in the East Coast and like the Midwest, it's always so cold. Like, I wouldn't want to be in a Super Bowl in the freezing cold. Like last time
no.
the last time that they did that was in like when it was outside. I think was like 48 when it was in New York.
Yeah. Oh, 48. That was 2014. Yeah. Bruno Mars had performed. And then they freaking brought out Red Hot Chili Peppers and that fake ass performance. I remember that, and it's all anybody could talk about. It was also very boring. Super. Honestly, I was bored.
Dude, it was for a pink that aside from like I got we gave a lot of shit talk about last year's Super Bowl. But that Super Bowl 48 was even worse.
Worse. Just terrible.
Like that was like 29-0. I'm like really? I'm like, I was beefing with people because people were like
48-7.
No, it was like 43-8. Like I was like,
Something like 43-8. I was like, okay, that's it.
I was beefing with people like that day because they were like, I was trying to get up to watch the Super Bowl, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so rude. I'm like, oh what? Like I'm just gonna, we want to talk to you. I'm like,
I don't want to talk to you. Like I'm Oscar. I don't want to talk to people.
basically, like I was like, I want to go watch the game. You can watch the game later. I'm like, oh, I was like, gosh.
No, that's not. No. I was at a Super Bowl party, and it was boring as. Oh my god! I remember my dad and my stepmom took us, and I was like, oh my god. But let's talk this one real quick. You didn't mention this in your post game review. Duncan is of course a Rams fan, so he loves the officials.
I think I mentioned it.
The only complaint he had was, well, they didn't call that pass interference call on the Bengals when they got that touchdown. He's right.
It didn't do anything to them, didn't it? Didn't do anything to them. Like at the end of the game, they won the game. So
that's right. But when I said, yeah, but look at the last minute and a half, the Bengals had like 5 freaking penalties. Yeah, they had that holding penalty, which then made it go back. What was that penalty where they had to redo it? They went to first down again, and then they got the touchdown again. What was that penalty?
I think it was like a hold. It was
on the Bengals.
No, it was a holding penalty on the Rams, and I think it was like a PI call on the Bengals.
A PI call on the Bengals. But they had like 3 penalties compared to the ratio was horrible. Those Rams, those penalties that went towards the Bengals, had that not happened, those Rams would have never won the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Yes, did they finally get run game out of Aaron Donald in the last 5 minutes of the game? Yes. But they absolutely sucked.
Yeah.
And those penalties helped. And for any Rams fan like Duncan, he literally deflected and said, oh, yeah, but that pass interference. And, yeah, he did say, look, we almost lost it. Dude, thank God for those refs. And those refs are so suspect. That's what I took from that game was how suspect were those refs.
They probably wanted to get, they were like, oh, my God. Like, they'd be like, oh, my God, imagine the imagine the how our league is going to be mediocre. A team that has been down in the dumps for 33 years and they win a Super Bowl. We cannot let this happen. Like we got to give it to the rest were like, okay, we got to give a call to the Rams boys. So if you see something, call it.
I do think that happened. And I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and I was like, it's like being in Dallas all over again in Dallas games, because what happened in the Tampa game? Oh, holding calls after holding after every freaking play against Brady. What happened with the Raiders? They got a whole bunch of help from the refs. Without the refs, Raiders would have never gotten that help. Would have never won. What happened with the Cardinals? The refs also helped the Cardinals. What happened?
The refs helped they helped the Raiders. I would say they helped the Chargers, but no, I forgot. I just remember the Chargers lost the game.
Yeah, and they lost it by 3. I remember it. But yeah, they helped the Raiders, and the Raiders always say, yeah, oh, we won. I mean, we got a little help from the refs, but I'm like, a little. Oh, no. And it was a different game. I was like, no, you guys get a lot of help from the refs because you guys are mediocre. So that's what I took from the Super Bowl. First, that halftime show was awesome. Bengals owned the second half. I almost wish they won because these Ram fans are annoying me.
Yeah,
they are.
Guess who's living on the West Coast? Because, like I said, in the East Coast, not so much.
Yeah, but out here, oh Jesus. Well, let's go ahead and end this stream. Well, let me find the button real quick. Hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what's going on my channel. So far, we've got Golden Knights games to review. We will review it tomorrow, hopefully, or Thursday morning. We've got some Dodger things to review. We did most of it, actually, with Duncan, so I might not even have to post. And just kind of some more NFL talk coming up for the Dallas Cowboys. Oscar has a new podcast streaming show on his channel and on the podcast platforms. The Real Talk with Oscar Josue Montiel, by the way, you need to change that on the platforms. It's called The Golden Truth, and every week he goes over everything that's going on in the NFL, or at least a roundup. This week he's gonna have a. Last week I was the first guest on the show, which I was ecstatic about. Oscar, what's going on The Golden Truth this week, this Wednesday? And by the way, it's a live stream.
So tomorrow I'm gonna be discussing and crushing the hopes and dreams of possible trades Washington, is rumored to make. Let me give you a sneak preview. It ain't happening. But, if you want to know why, or, if you want to be in that fantasy dreamland, I'll be discussing what Washington should do to get their, quarterback of the, their quarterback for if they want to be in win now mode, things like that. So basically that's going to be the discussion tomorrow. Most of the discussion is going to be tomorrow, and then also, just do a brief recap because I actually remember that I actually didn't do this. I didn't discuss players that should stay and should go. So
that's right. In the last one. Now, who's your special guest this week?
So
or do you want to announce that?
Just hold. I'm just hold off. I don't know yet because when we were having a conversation earlier today, he wasn't feeling too well. He was under the weather. So I told him, I'm like, hey, I know that, we had it bookmarked. But he does have, he is on the podcast platforms. His podcast name is, oh my God. What's this dude's name? Faxman Limitations. Faxman Mutate. It's something weird. It took me forever to look for his podcast on the. All I know is that it's on the podcast platforms. Obviously, the link will be in my description.
And can you send me your the YouTube link for your Golden Truths episode? I will post it here in. Do you have it now or no?
No, yeah. When you were actually texting me, I was actually creating it on the spot. So, I'll send that. I'll send that to you.
Do you want to send me it now so I can put it in the chat, or do you want to send me it later and I'll put it in the description?
Hold on, give me 1 second then. Ad lib.
Okay. That's easy. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a weekly show. If you guys know anyone... God damn it. It's like the microphone doesn't want me to talk about your show. If you guys know anybody who is willing to talk anything NFL, someone who possibly... Contact me at jsportschannel1@gmail.com. And you can even follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram to at FluffyJA90 at FluffyJA97. Again, that's at FluffyJA97. It's in the description. You guys can look that up. The links to the URLs to to my Twitter and Instagram. And I will personally, so once he sends it, I will post it in the chat. But I will also post. Screw it. I'll just do it in the description. Too much work, Oscar. I'll do it in the description. You guys will see his links in there along with his. Well, now I didn't put your links in here because I didn't know you were going to join until I came up with the idea. I will put his channel, the last video he did, his Super Bowl live stream. Oh, not the live stream, but the post-game review. I'll put that in there. I will also put his, just his channel. And then I will also add his video that he's doing tomorrow with a guest. Hopefully he will be on. I think it's Tim Sarah. I don't remember. So hopefully he'll be on, and you need to watch every week. It's the golden truth. And Oscar is like me. He's a realist. He's just going to tell you like it is. Tell it like it is. That's going to be live. Oscar, what time is it going to be live tomorrow?
So tomorrow it's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting time, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Holy moly!
I wanted to do it at 8 p.m., but my guest host was like, 2 p.m. is gonna be easier for me. So I'm like, well,
okay, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11
Pacific,
11 Pacific, 12 Mountain, 1 Central. I mean, just whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever. It's
8 Hawaiian.
2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. So
yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern. Do the math from there. 11 a.m. Pacific. God, I gotta get up early to watch. Okay. Hopefully your guy comes on.
Oh yeah, it's called Faxman's Mutations.
Faxman's Mutations. So find that. If you sent me your stream, let me know. If not, I will post it in the description for you.
I sent you the YouTube.
Oh, did you? All right, hold on. Let me do this now then. Oh. Let's go ahead and get this. Commanders.
Feel weird calling them that. Oh my god! Like I was literally about to write Washington football. I'm like, wait, they're not the Washington football team anymore.
Yeah, or hold on.
Oh,
I should have put in the chat.
Make sure. Also, heads up. There's apparently a new chapter in the Washington Commanders. Dan Snyder, Wrinkle, whatever. So, hopefully tomorrow we close the chapter on like I'm sick and like I know that the NFL isn't going to do anything. So tomorrow's going to be the final, final chapter on my channel. At least. Until the NFL forces Dan Snyder to sell the team, you won't hear anything else about. Oh, the possibilities are strong now. But apparently there's a new wrinkle that happened during the Super Bowl pregame show that I missed, and unfortunately I cannot find the audio clip of the discussion. I don't know where, so I have to do more.
You'll just have to look it up.
Yeah, I have to look. No, even when I looked it up, I couldn't find it. But I'll do more research.
Maybe Dan Snyder didn't give them permission to talk about it or upload it.
No, because other YouTubers used the clip of the person.
See if Ed Oliver or any of them used it.
Yeah, I know a few who done it,
Okay.
who have used it. So I'll reach out to them.
So yes, the golden truth is tomorrow afternoon or morning for me. Yay! 2 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. I put the link in the. I should have put something like, "Hey, do it here." I put the link in the chat. I will put the link in the description, and I will also put your Super Bowl post game review. I was gonna do the live stream, but I'll put the post game review.
Yeah, and also Real Madrid content tomorrow morning. I'm going to be talking about why they lost. So,
and I wish I could laugh, but I'm also sad because that's my family's team, so we're all going to be sad about that. So Real Madrid content tomorrow. He's also got the live stream. Make sure you tune in live. Make sure you comment in the comments, like his thing, sub up his channel. Maybe press that post notification bell if you really want to hear about Washington. If you want to hear Real Madrid, go ahead. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe to Oscar's channel. Press the post notification bell so you never or maybe want to miss another video. And anything else coming up besides Real Madrid and your golden truth tomorrow?
no, that's it.
Okay.
That'll basically cover it. Because, man, I'm gonna be so sad. No NFL for another.
Well, you're gonna
month and a
cover.
half.
But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of rumors. Oh, they could get this player. That's what I've been doing is.
Yeah,
just
but I'm going to
covering
do
the
that
rumors.
during the Golden Truth, though.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, hey, you'll still be talking about it though. So it's not like. So, I talk about NFL all the time here. For me, I told you exactly what to expect. Make sure you like, comment, share. Oscar, stick around for a little bit. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Press that post notification bell so you never miss another one of these videos. And this is the 6th live stream, by the way, which is awesome. Hold on, I can't hear it. Hold on. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I know I took a break. I put a song on. It was blank. There was nothing on the screen. It went longer than I expected it to go just because I invited Oscar. Oscar, thank you very much for coming on last minute. I know,
Yeah, no problem.
you know, you're not in a great mood, but thank you for coming on.
It was kind of good that I didn't fall asleep, dude, because I'm literally in my gym shorts. And I sleep in my gym shorts, so.
Oh, yeah, I sleep in shorts too, so I'm always sleepy. Yeah, and thanks for contributing to all the Marc Andre Fleury talk in the Olympics, because I was like, I know he doesn't watch the Olympics, but I mean, it's a general topic that we all could comment on sports and drugs and all that. So,
Basically.
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Press the post notification bell so you never miss one of these videos, and we will see you guys next time. This has been brought to you by Dr. Pepper. I wish.